friends start to leave. I'll admit, I love building on top of tall structures in Minecraft.
Next morning in survival. Why do I have
strongly recommend building some kind of way to get up there.
Okay, he's asleep.
Get up to your sweet castle at the top of the mountain and made by natural parkour, nobody's gonna want to come and visit it. So really, save the pizza delivery guys some work and build some kind of easier way up into your build. That way, everyone can some solitude your way up there.
Planting a giant farm, eh? Maybe using world edit, creative mode. Are you forgetting something? Water. Crops in Minecraft need water. Hydrate the soil. It makes sense. No need to have your farm go through a drought.
Ride the wave into Borgata Hotel, Casino and Spa for the $1.5 million Wheels and Waves promotion. Now through August 27th, earn entries on slots and table games for your chance at being one of 1,500 winners. Draws will be held every Saturday. Plus, 2 lucky winners will win a 2023 and Wheels and Waves only at Borgata Hotel.
Just for the sake of you using creative mode building.
Now, let me make this clear. Spawn camping
What
is
the
great.
heck?
Light up your build, even better. But under no circumstances should you ever over-torch your builds. They may be wondering, when exactly do you cross that threshold into over-torching your build as opposed to just lighting it up? Well, I'm sure some of us have come across builds in the past that are maybe guilty of our own, where it just definitely crosses that finish line. I think it's time to dial it back, accept that a few torches will do the trick, and maybe less is more in this case. Not maybe, less is definitely more. Do not make it trick-floor, trust me. I think when messing around, some of us can start to creatively limit some of the blocks that we use. And hey, maybe that's moking going up. There is a tab specifically called building blocks. But really, that's misleading. Really, what I'd say is don't be afraid to experiment with different kinds of weird blocks. Nowadays, doing this in survival might be pretty tough to do. Because it's not easy to round up a whole bunch of materials and put them all to the test. In creative mode, who knows? Because I've seen some great things and details that are built on a blocks that I would never dream of. So don't get too stuck in your ways and try to branch out a little bit. I've definitely messed this one up once or twice. Because every now and then, I'll see my friend do one of these paths with such great block variety, making it feel natural and lived into the environment. But as soon as I start placing it all down, it looks like I threw up a double chest everywhere. You see, this is a thing to keep in mind overall, but never overdo it with a variety of blocks. Doing the odd variation here and there is going to look so much nicer than just exploding everything you've got in a couple of blocks. Play it cool, and the blocks are going to look so much better when you place them.
Never forget the small details. That path block you place down, yeah, there's probably a 1 pixel gap between that and the next block up. Replace it, otherwise it's just awkward. These little details really bring your build to the next level. Pay attention to them. Ignoring them will do you no good.
Building a house in the nether or the end is a cute idea. But as soon as you start placing the bed there, we gotta shut the whole operation down. Because even if you double right click while placing that very bed down, boom, the whole place goes up in smoke, and all of a sudden it's up to your will for the loved ones. It might seem innocent, but treat
cares anyway?
carefully in different dimensions. And hey, same goes for a respawn anchor in the overworld.
Don't leave your unfinished mess of a project for someone else to deal with when playing on multiplayer. If you can't finish it, allow someone else to. Or take it down so you can remember it. It's just a polite thing to do.
When you're playing in survival, sometimes the economical decision can also be the most practical. Like, why use full blocks for floors when instead you can make them into half slabs and save half your materials for better use? Or hey, maybe you want to add some depth to your windows. Well, glass planes are great for that. And also, they're going to use so much less glass, which, unless you're smelting up a whole desert for it, it's pretty tough to come by. What I'm saying here is don't be afraid to cut corners where you can. Survival's a resources game, and if you're able to do town for your villagers. But come nighttime, you're gonna have some kind of defense. And torching it up can only do so much. Really, what you gotta do is you gotta build a wall around the village. And hey, who really wants a whole squad of iron golems walking around anyway? Populating the village temperatures, then make sure to keep it that way. A little bit of wiggle wind, get a perimeter, it's going to be a lot better for your town population. And with that, big thanks to Gemini today. And if you want your Minecraft finds permanently removed from your record, make sure to bail out that subscribe below. Then, have a good one, alright?
Your next summer adventure starts in a new Jeep and a multitude of tech and safety features. The all-new redesigned Grand Cherokee L with 2 or 3 row options and seating up to 7 passengers. Plus, 3 years no-cost maintenance with the Jeep Wave program. During Memphis, the summer event, stop in and get this incredible offer on a new Jeep Grand Cherokee L or visit our website today.
157 Minecraft facts you possibly didn't know. This year we've covered plenty of different Minecraft trivia and facts. So today we're joined by Blog Facts to go through some of our favorites and some favorites as well.
Huh? Why did I come out here? Oh, it's just a hallucination.
Even if you subscribed after a second, it all helps out a ton.
Okay, this is some type of hallucination I had.
Always had that moniker. In fact, it wasn't until his first guest appearance in the indie game Super Meat Boy that he was finally called Steve. And by all accounts prior, he was just a nameless figure. If you've ever built a snow golem in Minecraft, you might have Amazon to thank for their inclusion. Let me explain. In this tweet back in September of 2011, Notch explained that because it cropped to the Amazon Web Services and rest, he got frustrated enough to take the snow off. And now you can buy snow golem merch on Amazon, so I guess it's full circle.
Okay.
Project have made several huge changes since while some elements still around as records. Take fishermen, for example. These devices will remove the old fish tank to bring out the box of their clothes. Some maximum oversight, and then also maximum representation of the contract.
Wait, what does he do to my heart?
July and August issue of Lego Club magazine in 2016, it was officially mentioned that Steve is Alex's boyfriend, which is cute, but only until you make the two of them.
I guess we wait for the next 5 solver. Because he clicked off.
But it turns out there's one more. See,
Okay, see you there. Because I'm in the loop. It's all of that this dude just made.
But while those usually go unanswered, there is the rare occasion of it working. Since the entire reason that the terracotta blocks when they are as in is because blame the controller's suggestion to Dinamo. Finding a rare occasion brings a celebration. But if you were to find something like this, I don't think one celebration would cut it. But would you believe it? This site is theoretically possible, since up to 5 ancient debris could spawn in any given chunk, and 4 chunks could generate all of theirs at the border, giving us a 20-block blob and a new dream scenario. Bedrock Edition famously handles some features.
So I'm gonna wait until he turns me into career mode because you know it's
Since
survival.
if it was a name on boats like so, then when placed, they present a name tag like any other
He
box.
switched me to creative and I'm just gonna get,
This might be the best way to do
I'm
it.
gonna make a tree so we could get things.
Sometimes that means a feature
I'm
gets
gonna
added
make a few trees.
This seems particularly indecisive.
Where's the grass to this? I need grass. What other grass? Blocks, grass. I look for the grass blocks and I don't know what hill they are. So grass blocks. Okay, here's the grass blocks. This is in. So I'm just going to cone this whole entire thing like a tree. Gonna go over here and make another tree. Yeah, just 2 of the trees that I made. Okay, 2 trees I made. Now I'm gonna break the snow and just add on it a tree. So it's gonna spawn a tree. And I am going to get bone meal so I can do so I can make it. So what I'm going to do is just, I'm not going to put them together. I'm just going to put one there, fill it with the bone meal, and that's what it is now. So that is a tree. That is now also a tree. So now let's spawn another tree here. Easy to make. Let's get another tree here, like this tree and this tree. And I'm just gonna add this tree here. Make whatever tree this is. Of course, a new tree to the game. Oh, what? I'm gonna this way over here. That's easy. Over here now. It might take a while. There we go.
These get regeneration in real life, so the message may not always come across.
That's wood. Time to make another one of my trees. Boom, boom, boom. And yeah, that's a good tree. I'm just gonna add a lot of trees so we can make wood. Make things awesome. Why did I get extra? I accidentally got rid of that, but let's just get this and some bone meal again. And copy it. Boom. Easy. I'm just gonna add one here, here, here. Then just grow them all. So yeah, that should be enough trees now. I must get rid of all this.
Look up through it. Now instead you're just going to get these little particle effects along the side of your screen.
Sometimes it's possible for two hostile mobs to get angry with each other.
Oh.
But while I'm sure you've seen this happen with skeletons and
Oh,
zombies, two
nah,
creatures sitting in a
I'm in
house
survival.
So if this happens,
Time, the first thing to do.
healing options and resistances to the other splash potions. So if you get this happen, you'll have plenty of time to watch.
Of the list of words that the enchantment table can use, none of the words actually contain the letters J or Q, which is weird because even though they're not used,
Yes, I can place block.
they do still have a similar to them, which I guess makes sense for the alphabet and not through the other two. While some Minecraft mobs are speedy, I feel like the bulk of them aren't all that fast. But you ever wonder which one is the slowest? Well, the answer is the panda, though not just any panda, specifically the lazy
Oh,
panda.
I don't think we have enough problems yet. I'm gonna add some mobs.
Minecraft has its fair share of
No, I'm not spawning in zombies. They will die and kill us whenever he switched to survival. We might as well get probably some dogs, sheep, maybe some cows. If I can find any cows, that would be helpful. That's a skeleton. What about a cow? Cow. Oh, the cow spawning. Where is it? There, I just probably passed that. And pig. Probably some frog.
Which is strange, but maybe that's why we can't craft water blocks like so.
Yeah, bunnies. Of course, bunnies. They're the ones that are good. Bunnies. Probably find some. Wait, zombie? That's new. Find Mr. Whatever. This is a bunny. But we already have that spawn egg. Oh, I can't forget chickens and we also are missing those. Wait. Okay then. Wait. Froggies. Frog. Froggy frog. So is the frog. None of these have to say frog. Yeah, where is this frog? That is not a frog. That doesn't say frog. Frog. That's fox. Maybe. Oh, frog. Yeah, frog. So we have got some chickens, some fox, some cows, and chickens. Frog. Yeah, so peaceful. Easy. What's that? Cat. Trees.
Well, according to Mojang, specifically a half a block in size, because the team considered that to be the cutest.
Totally.
Channeling, hit the turtle, and harvest its shell. You're gonna have a bunch of crafting recipes, which makes it all the updates. For example, when initially added back to the Snap W60, crafting recipes but just 24 days later, they were removed. So I guess we'll have to stick to Forger's chest to get all supplied. Gold tools aren't exactly known for their durability, or rather, they are, but have you ever wondered just how bad they are? Well, apparently it only takes one snow gold to find out. If you get the snow into a snow gold, your golden shovel won't even last 4 seconds before it shatters. And it's cool stuff, but it snows too, so that's just easy. On May 17th of 2019, Minecraft celebrated its 10th anniversary. And with that, if you actually happened to place a cake on that day, you'd actually see that the cake model was modified so that it was 10 above it, made out of white concrete. It's a cute little birthday celebration, but honestly, who among us is cracking cakes anyway? When you're exploring in Minecraft, we all know to pack a bunch of food, yet still never seem to bring enough. And if you believe it, that was even worse in the beta versions of Minecraft. Since back then, cookies would stack. Even then, you could only have up to 8 of them in a given stack. And thankfully nowadays, we've got much better pockets for our work. That still tend to get a lot of attention. So if we keep getting more reference to Halloween, and that's cute, but that's so pointless. This is just the wrong with Michael.
You're under too many trees. You're under all the. It's under the tree. Just die already. Run. Okay, oh, they're not safe, not. Did you? That's something I don't want. I just gave you. Oh, thank God this is it. I didn't even do anything to you. I didn't even do anything to this bear. It wants to kill me. No, that's a skeleton. That's a freaking skeleton. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Why are the bears attacking? They won't even hit. What is happening? I didn't do anything to you. I didn't do anything. They just kill random people. That's what they're doing. Killing random. Break this. What are you doing? Got him. Fail! Turkey, you freaking bears, leave! That's it. Why are the bears so... Why are the bears so angry? These bears are careful. They don't want anything to do with this. Not to even do anything to them to deserve this. These bears. Stay back. Stay back! Stay back, you those bears! They're trying to kill me! The bears are trying to kill me and I did nothing wrong to them! This. You freaking born in the fire! They're so angry for no reason. Dang, oh, it's angry, stupid bears. They're angry for no reason. No one did anything to them. They want to kill. Hey, bear. What is happening? Why is this bear so angry? I did not do anything to you. Yeah, someone switch it to creative or something. You're gonna get eaten by a bunch of angry bears for no reason. Stupid angry bears just always making people die anymore. The stupid bears, they're just stupid trying to kill people. You bears, not finally kill them because I could get a sword or something. You freaking bears, dang it, and you freaking bears always trying to kill people who didn't do anything to you. Jeez. Look, bears are freaking annoying and they're angry. I don't have any. Oh, I got trees. Wait, if I have a tree. No, it's going. Alright, I'm gonna get some bone meal before he switches everyone back to survival. I think I'm survival mode. Jeez, stupid things. At least I got bone meal. Now I can break it. slicing people. Hey, nice little Bill.
Potion of Poison 2 has effects that last for 22.5 seconds. Time says 22.
You can get close to them now because they're not angry. The babies aren't evil. Wait, I have a sword. I got to get some food by killing these sheep. I can finally make like some base or something. So time to beat up some cows for days. Okay, I'm just gonna stay right here. So I'm
Arguably the weirdest Easter egg in Minecraft happens when you mix ogres and blue sheep. With those conditions, the wizard will cast a spell and change the blue wool to red snow, which is odd, but it's apparently a reference to another Microsoft game, Age of Empires, where the priest can turn enemy units
Hey, what's it gonna do? A lot of trees and got probably eaten by a lot of angry bears. We got 6 wood. I don't have. Oh, I do. I have 5 wood. I'll just.
friendly ones. And that'd be why you hear this sound as well.
I'll just give it to
From the
him.
game. As the lead creative designer, Jeb has a lot of say in what goes in the game, and apparently that can lead to some personal choices. So after Jeb's
That is not what I wanted to do, but okay then. Let's take this and just throw it at him.
Delivers right into the game, and the son was named Bjorn for the Swedish word for bear.
Lockcraft is synonymous with customization. So obviously the fireworks fit with that motif, but with all the different ways to deck out your rockets, you never know
Okay, now it's time for me to get more trees so I can get more wood. That's weird.
Minecraft doesn't around, so it helps the light truss. Attach a light to a certain box.
2 wood so far. And
Minecraft Mob Airlines. Nowadays, shields are in a
wood.
replaced with actual shield variants in the final run.
I'm afraid.
Pistons have a unique way of interacting with the block.
Okay, let's do
If
it.
the piston push and pull a block like Bloodstone, it ceases to be a block for it, and instead becomes a block entity. Because of this
I think we might
reclassification,
actually throw something. I
Terrans
don't
can
know.
evolve any light during its journey.
Now, some of you might be familiar with this guy, the so-called rarest mob in Java Edition. And while this has been talked about before, if you ever wondered what's the rarest mob in Bedrock Edition, well, as it turns out, the hardest to find mob in that game is a fully decked out baby husk riding a brown panda. So if you see it, hit the camera.
You're short in Minecraft. Your hitbox is 1.8 blocks tall. An adult zombie's hitbox is 1.9 blocks tall in Bedrock Edition. An adult husk's hitbox is 2.01875 blocks tall. Husks can't fit through a 2 block tall doorway in Bedrock Edition, but they can in Java Edition.
Perhaps you didn't know, but there's actually a way to find predictability in the way that Bedrock spawns. And using this information, people have made a program where you're actually able to see where the largest clump of bedrock appears in the topmost layer. Here is that's an X 21,783,512 and C negative 800,011. What you're going to do with this information, I don't know. Is it a fact about blocks? Absolutely. But this system isn't a full block. When gravity blocks try to fall on top of it, they're just going to get broken. Which might not seem like that big of an issue, but it actually could be. You see, if you're in a Soul Sand Valley and you want to clear out the lava, then this is not a complete way to get to the Soul Sand underneath. And yeah, unfortunately, you're not going to be draining out the lava this way.
Doing.
Every great artist tends to design their work, and apparently Minecraft textures are no different. But I wouldn't blame you if you never noticed the imported graphs on the armor stack, since they aren't visible on any part of the item or entity within the texture file, ensuring that Jaffa have their names right here on the bottom, hidden from plain view.
Clearly, fish don't do well on land. And if you drain out a nearby lake, then the best you'll be left with is a bunch of floppy something or others. Though, we could use that to our advantage. See, if you take a fish, or even a guardian, out of their natural habitat and put them on a slime block, they'll keep bouncing up and up and reach some serious height, even 17 blocks high in some cases.
We all know diamonds are a great resource to have, which is why it's all the more unfortunate that we can't farm them. Or at least we can't farm them like this. Because all it takes is a visit to a village to find yourself a renewable supply of all diamond tools, weapons, and armor. So you can't get infinite jukeboxes, but the rest is pretty much taken care of.
When hoppers were first added into the game, they initially only had a work-in-progress texture, but maybe not in the way you're thinking. Because as you can see, this only showed up when you have the hopper inside of your inventory. But even with that said, it is still pretty funny to walk around with a WIP just hanging around in your head. While the invisibility potion effect is almost entirely invisible to the mobs and players, there's something in Minecraft a little bit more all-knowing. As you can see, if you have the invisibility effect and you have the chance table, then it will still open up and people will see the player.
When you create a fictional monster, you also get to make up your own terminology. So when you try to grab the dragon out of the end, they keep getting interrupted by a group of Endermen, what do you call that group? According to Dinnerbone, just as we have a flock of chickens or a drift of pigs, the collective noun is a haunting of Endermen. A group of pandas is called an embarrassment, and that's a real world.
Now, despite
I've been sitting here for a while.
block that cannot be placed on ice. And guess it? Well, if you can, it's actually snow layers that cannot be placed on top of ice
I
blocks,
think he has
which is
5
like
pieces
some
of wood or
world
something.
generation. Health points are a weird thing in Minecraft. Like, why does the Wither in Bedrock have double the health of the Java version? But a weirder quirk of HP that you might not have noticed relates to the Iron Golem and the Neglected Giant. You see, even though this secret mob towers over the Golem, both actually have the same health of 100 points. The Giants can't even do that right. As soon as you hoe a dirt block and turn it into farmland, then all of a sudden you're not able to place ladders or torches along the side. But even though that's true, you still could do this with signs. As you can see right here, you can type your favorite message on it and it's going to stay on top of that farmland.
Bone meal is a surprisingly powerful tool, and as someone who doesn't like waiting, it's essential for me. But apparently it's more robust than even I thought. While we're all familiar with bone meal on the top of the grass block, it can also work from the sides and bottom. It'll even work if a plant is already on top, making this super substance even easier to use.
Huh?
Game development is always a
Why is he over there?
process. Like sometimes you go to code a pig and instead make a terrifying monster. Well, it's a fun story, it's apparently not a one-off. In the development video for the Village and Pillage update, Mojang revealed that boxes originally looked like this whole mess. And now I'm both disappointed and relieved this never made it in the final version.
If you've ever worked with observers, you're probably aware that getting these blocks the right way round isn't always an easy task. Apparently, even Jet had some confusion over this. The reason that observers have their current face texture is because Jet kept forgetting which bit was the front, so this rejected texture was dug up as a solution.
If you've talked to a cartographer, you've probably seen one of these things. That being the covered explorer map of finding mansions and monuments. Well, while these look like regular maps, it turns out they work fairly differently. See, these maps generate based on chunk data, not on whether the player fills them out. Meaning, if you got one of these and then left it at home, it'd still fill out just the same.
Rent the distance works in a couple of different ways in Minecraft. While most of us are familiar with the absolute rent distance, which refers to the blocks and structures in the distance, is a separate entity rent distance that exists. That's why shulker boxes disappear when you're too far away from them, because even though they're placed by the block, the game still classifies them as an entity.
Minecraft
I'll just make more wood for him.
always makes sense.
Yeah, I'll just make some more wood for him.
Bending on a carrot stick, but on the level, I'm sure things appreciate it. But I still can't get over the image
I
of
need to
generating
him some
carrot.
stuff.
Unless you're a wandering trader, the invisibility potion probably doesn't get along.
Okay, I got 20 wood, so I'm just gonna see what I have.
Sneak by a code. If you hit a mushroom with the potion effect, its mushrooms remain invisible, and it's understandable the project.
Oh, he's placing that block.
But it's quite fun to revisit.
As many of us know, beacon beams can't pass through solid blocks. But if you're worried that you can't use a beacon inside the nether unless you go into the nether roof, don't worry. As it turns out, if you place a beacon underneath bedrock, it's over.
I'll finish the roof.
actually blast through cover on the roof, and look, you've got a fully powered beacon.
To speed up game development, it's nice to cut corners when you can, and Minecraft's textures have plenty of examples of
just
that,
look
but
at
what's
the
weirder
roof.
still is which they decide to reuse and which they make from scratch. Like, the bucket of cod and bucket of tropical fish are recolorations, but the item sprites themselves are different, and I don't get why you'd only do half the assignment. Unlike their slime block counterparts, Honey blocks are sticky along their sides. As the sticky situation achievement describes, sliding down the sticky side will slow your fall. So if you were to take a stack of 256 honey blocks and slide from the top of the world down to the bottom, it would take 1 minute and 14 seconds.
Crafting a netherite hoe is something of a joke, and the advancements call attention to that. But if you took the time to wear down the tool, you might notice it doesn't break the same as the others. And the reason for this is because tilling the soil is based on the server, so it doesn't display a break-in animation like the other ones. If you manage to break it, that is.
Spiders don't touch the ground, ever. We all know that they can climb walls, but it's physically impossible for them to touch the ground.
I'll just get some. See if there's some sheep around. Bales, but no sheep. What happened to all the sheep? Wait, I think I have an idea. Slash give
But sure enough, after you
base
use another pickaxe that isn't diamond, you're still gonna get the beacon back. With so many items to collect, it's only fair we have some way to show them off. Nowadays, finds these Reddit posts wasn't even considered, but
Which
sure
must
enough,
be-
just like the ender chest and flower pot, item frames made it in through a community suggestion, and thankfully so.
no, I said slash
It's a great way to carry around extra
give
items in your inventory. But have you ever wondered how much? As it
at
turns out, if you have
S
37 shoulder boxes fully filled to the brim in your inventory, hotbar, and offhand slot, then those 999 stacks of 64 items are going to add up to 63,936 total items. If you've messed around with Minecraft modding, you know there are plenty of files to sort through. And hidden in those files are some sneaky details. For instance, did you know that axes were originally referred to as hatchets in the game's code? But since Java 1.13, the language files now reflect the current name. But since the axes are still one-handed, I can see it either way.
How would you classify a saddle? I mean, it's definitely a utility, but I wouldn't consider it armor. Minecraft, however, seems to disagree, since when you put a saddle on a pig, it counts as armor but adds no protection. That's why you can see it when the pig goes invisible. But interestingly, the same doesn't apply to a horse, but only to horse armor. Weird.
Now, while everyone else searches for the 0.083% chance of finding a blue axolotl, there's one color that's even harder to find. As you can see when we watch the announcement for the Caves and Cliffs Part 1, there's a green variant that doesn't exist in the game. Why it was removed, who knows, but the emerald color would have been pretty cool.
Ender pearls can be a real lifesaver, especially when you're traveling in the end. Or they would be if I could get the angle right. But training that arc isn't always easy. Though it turns out that ender pearls and snowballs can be thrown at the same range, meaning we can figure out our trajectory before losing any hearts. And that extra prep makes all the difference. Smelting items in a furnace can be a surprisingly good way to get experience, especially when partnered with cactus and bamboo farms to essentially automate the process. While those are good long term, if you're only going to smelt one item, the best one to put in the furnace is ancient debris, yielding 2 experience points for grabbing the netherite scrap.
When you toggle a piston between on and off rapidly with a gravity-affected block such as sand on top of it, then eventually the piston will actually break the block. Which, there you go, can even be picked up as an item. Is it practical? Not exactly.
could have been creative. So I'm just gonna buy
Well, turns out the Iron Ingot
the
takes the top slot of 34 crafting recipes. With place
the
falling
sheep.
right behind at 33.
And I think we ran out of sheep, so I'm gonna spawn more in because we ran low on sheep.
Hoppers are an essential staple of Minecraft.
So that's wolves. Sheep is what we ran low on. I'll just sheep. Because we ran low on some. Okay.
Then you're well aware that if you place
Okay.
a block on top of specific
Been-
blocks, then it actually makes a difference.
I-
So by that,
I can't find another sheep. As you see, I spawned in some sheep. Of course. Okay. he made a bed. Now I gotta kill some sheep to make my bed. Gimme, so I can make my bed. I need 3 more sheep, and I think I just have the one to get. Here's another sheep over here. Come over here. Thank you. Who was trying to kill me? This one? That's the other sheep, so I could keep it, so I could get its thing. Now. Okay, I got some, so I can make my bed now. Ah, jeez, I accidentally hit my foot. Okay, he did not like that. Yeah, I'm gonna make this bed. A bait. I said I got. Okay, I got a bed. Put mine in the corner. I'm just gonna stand on my bed.
string-based instrument when playing. Why you never use it like that? I have no clue. The other note block underneath isn't able to play anything.
Minecraft sponges have come a long way. What used to be a unobtainable block that didn't soak up any water is now a treasure valuable enough to validate going to an ocean monument for. But as it turns out, this block was even less useful when Notch first added it. Originally in Minecraft Classic, the block would decay over time just like leaves. When the liquid system was reworked in Inkscape, they no longer drained water. Clearly, up until the update Aquatic, this wasn't very high on Mojang's priority list.
Silk Touch is a valuable thing to have. So valuable, in fact, that many of us don't want to waste it. This is why shears used to be so great. See, prior to 1.9, we could enchant shears with Silk Touch, and then use that enchantment elsewhere. Meaning, if you go with a lot of glass, put Silk Touch on your shears, and instead you've got an unbreakable glass remover, which is cool while lasting.
You just gave me one stone.
You're well aware of how impactful knockback can be, but while it's most useful there, Minecraft actually has a unique use for knockback in the base game. It's for squids of all things. Apparently, hitting a squid underwater causes them to rise anywhere from a third to a half block, which isn't too useful, but now you know to look out for it.
Adventure mode is an interesting concept, but it's not a perfect system. For instance, say a playtester comes across the point of steel. Well, without this tag, they can't spark fires or light nether portals, but they can still ignite creepers and TNT, and to me that seems equally destructive, if not more so.
You can get up to 28 experience points from killing one large slime and all of the slimes that split from it. This will yield between 12 to 28 experience with an average of 20. 4 experience from the largest, 8 experience from the 4 it splits into, and 16 from the 4 tiny ones. You'll still need another 1,367 to reach level 30 though.
What's the right way to craft a bed? Well, nowadays the answer would depend on the color sheets you want, but in the past, all we have is the standard red. And with that, now we get a bunch of different ways to craft the same choice. In fact, between the 16 wools and 6 different planks, there used to be 3,456 ways just to craft this one bed.
Minecraft has its fair share of rare items. Turns out that there are even rarer names. In vanilla, there are only 3 items obtainable in survival with a magenta tinted name. Those being the Dragonite, the Enchanted Golden Apple, and the Big Banner Pattern. If you ask me, one of those things is not like the others. If you have them, feel free to show off.
Do you ever wonder where Mojang gets their inspiration? I mean, since the designs are so simplistic, it's easy to lose track of the real-world parallels. Take the cow, for example. Apparently, this thing's supposed to be based off the Norwegian red cattle that you can see here, but honestly, I don't see much resemblance. And if this is the case, couldn't they have at least matched the color?
Anyone lucky enough to get their hands on the Heart of the Sea item likely put it into crafting a conduit. But unless you fully powered it, you might not have seen that it's still there. When activated, the conduit displays the Heart of the Sea at the center of its model. Then, when all 42 blocks necessary have been placed, the heart opens like an orange eye, as you can see here. At some point, I think we've all heard Minecraft's music discs. And even though some are better than others, they've each got a unique identity. And I'd say that disc 11 definitely fits that description. Well, it's a bit of a chore to listen to it all. You might not have noticed that it lasts for 1 minute, 11 seconds, and 111 milliseconds exactly. All of it absolutely dreadful.
Surprisingly, even though you're able to break your fall by falling on top of a waterlogged block, water-filled cauldrons are a different story. As you can see here, if we put side by side a waterlogged chest and a water-filled cauldron, one's going to save you, and the other one doesn't make any sense.
Why don't wither skeletons carry bows like the others? Well, this might be our answer, since when we spawn in one of these with a bow like so, the skeletons start shooting fire arrows instead. And thankfully, the developers decided not to add another fire shooting mob to the nether, but for a custom difficulty, this would fit right in.
Anyone who's ever used the composter block knows that it can sometimes be a rip-off. As it turns out, it's not just you that's ripping off. As a matter of fact, as soon as you put an item inside the composter, you'll see that the filling texture is the same as Podzol.
According to Mojang's official write-up, they don't currently plan to add in more community-made mods or features. But while that's true for now, it wasn't always the case. In fact, the sound you hear here was actually inspired by a third party. While playing on the PvP server Project Ares, Dinnerbone noticed the high-pitched sound and added it into the bows we use today.
My hunger's going down too.
Mob drops are sure to come up, but figuring out what those mob drops are is its own problem, and Notch definitely came across that. So that's why in the development stage for Java Edition, zombies used to drop feathers, and according to the developer, he didn't know what else they should drop. And it wasn't until the 1.8 beta pre-release that he found out. While there are plenty of Easter eggs and secrets to see within the game, some also exist in the files themselves. For instance, take a look at this Elder Guardian. Not much to see, right? Well, that all changes when we go into the... You can see that Jeb even signed the texture in the lower corner, so even though it's not visible in game, you can rest assured knowing it's there.
Even though Barrels were first added to Minecraft Java Edition roughly a month before Bedrock in Snapshot 18.24a, in the files of a Bedrock Edition beta version lie some interesting questions. At some point in development, there were plans to add variants of the barrel both empty and filled with fish.
Of all the mobs in Minecraft, there's only one that cannot trample turtle eggs. As it turns out, if they fly on top of a turtle egg, they're not going to crash. For what it's worth, if you mix together your turtle storage with your bat farm, it's not exactly a workplace hazard.
Every now and then, Mojang added a mod that's divisive to say the least. Sure, the Phantom and the Glow Squid are famous examples of this, and while it's easy to blame these on community voting, they're not the only ones. Actually, there are 4 mobs that come from the community voting, those being the Glow Squid, the Phantom, the Goat, and the Fox. So,
Now, if you ever played Minecraft during Halloween night, you're well aware
Still hit my
on that day people spawn with jack-o'-lanterns on their heads. As it turns out, there's actually 13 different mobs in the game that are able to wear this. This is probably the only time you're ever going to get to see them. Throwing a splash potion is an exact science. So you likely know that it's better to wear one of these on your noggin than it is on your feet.
It's good to see
It's
your
the same
friends,
true for enchanting. Well, when you take it ways, it's a myth. As it turns out, it doesn't make any difference where you throw these. So pick your favorite and it'll work just the same.
getting a full set of 15 bookshelves is almost a prerequisite for getting an enchantment table. So obviously,
Keep
this is on
doing.
your to-do list, but how much does it cost? After running the numbers, it takes 90 wooden planks, 45 leather, and 135 paper to make all the bookshelves necessary for a level 30 enchantment.
Throughout Minecraft history, the Jungle Wood door has been through a couple of different changes. As you can see in 1.16, the current texture that we have when we have it in our inventory does not match up to the door when it's placed down. And if that inconsistency is going to bug you for the rest of the day, then don't sweat it, because in the 1.17 update, they're actually changing it in the snapshot.
Nowadays, ender chests stick out as the safest way to hide your diamonds and netherite. With their original implementation told a different story,
let's see.
during Snapshot.
Okay, trick it. Because he was on his
Chest infantry.
done.
For a time, the safest option in Minecraft was the total opposite.
Arguably the cutest addition in the Caves and Cliffs is the new Axolotl mob. And while the colors is definitely the most sought after. And strangely enough, this is the only color that's not based off real life, but rather it was a suggestion from user Dark Ice Flame asking for an Easter egg from Mudkip from Pokemon. Though I'd still say it looks more like Wooper. If you want to pick your crossbow, then a quick charge enchantment is a must-have. And hey, if you want more Minecraft facts, the subscription's a must-have too. Thank you, by the way. But even with that, I wouldn't push it too far, because it turns out that quick charge level 6 and above pauses the animation on the first frame. Since the resulting reload time is now negative, the game can't even start the animation to load. But even if it could, it would take over 69 years to finish that. At that point, your opponent's probably moved on. If you can get your hands on a Totem of Undying, it's an invaluable resource to have, but it does mean we give them an offhand slot to make it work. Though, for what it's worth, the 3DS version of Minecraft lets the Totem work in any of the hotbar slots, since there's no offhand feature in that version, which is nice, but I'd rather stick to PC.
Beds in the nether don't exactly mix well. That's just intentional game design. Though that's unfortunate, since it turns out beds may not be what you need for nether safety. Of course, you can only test this in the overworld, but when you sleep in a bed, the player cannot be damaged. When you wake up, you might not be as lucky.
Back in 2014, Microsoft famously purchased Mojang for a chunk of cash. So while we're all familiar with the Windows 10 version of Minecraft, there were Minecraft versions of Windows 10. Sure enough,
I'm just going to switch my character
which is
up.
cute, but I'm not sure it's worth $2.5 billion for that
This
reference.
no one can tell. So I'm just gonna switch to my zombie character. Yeah, I'll switch. I'm gonna upgrade my Steve character here, so it's not just like Steve. I wanna add like clothes on him, and
If you've been lucky enough to get your hands on the blue axolotl, you know these things
So
are
what
tough
is
to
it?
find.
Money,
with
but
one
I have
small
0,
amount of chance
so,
of finding these water wolves, it's definitely gonna
yeah,
take some
but,
time. But there's a reason for that. You see, even though blue axolotls don't
yeah, I
exist
don't know where the same he is. But yeah, purple this time because I forgot to submit it. Okay, press that. If I don't submit it, that it will just come up. I'm gonna switch to nice.
The day they were born, they did everything possible to love and protect
What pants do I? Probably red pants, because why not? I'm gonna use these ones. How about like I could find like some type of shoe. Those hands. These are shoes.
and to just be kids again. Protect the ones you love. Talk to your child's doctor about how vaccines can help.
But not quite done. I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna leave the hair the same, but I'm gonna color it like orange. Orange hair, eyes. No, I need them. That eyes. Nah, that's too evil. How about like green?
I'd rather just take out the spawner and be done with the whole thing.
So
Minecraft's
yeah.
apples have a bit of a weird history. For starters, the original texture wasn't even for Minecraft, but rather a previous game by the game's creator called Legend of the Chambered. And while that texture was changed in the texture update, that's not the end of this guy's association with apples, since to this day, if you kill him, he'll drop an apple with his other items.
As of 1.16, the current longest name for a block is Polished Blackstone Pressure Plate, which is actually tied for Cracked Polished Blackstone Bricks, both of which means 34 characters long with spaces of 31 without. But of course, this excluding the education edition.
My
It's
character.
It's not a fair competition.
Not yet.
Really, TNT you can
I wanna
back
have,
up a bunch,
like,
but if you're doing damage here, it's even more serious
Yo.
when we add it to a cart. As it turns out, all it takes is a direct hit from
Wait.
3 merged TNT minecarts to take a full diamond armor
that's
player to break down
it.
half a heart. And though other methods can deal more damage,
I'm not gonna
rather
copy.
spend the ingots like this cheap fix.
Nah,
You don't have to play creative mode for long to come across these spawn eggs.
why not?
There's a lot of them. But while we're familiar with how they look nowadays, they didn't always seem that way. In fact, back in the snapshots of 1.1, they were each sourced from one file that was tinted for the variation.
Yes, they
They
switched.
decided to change.
Unfortunately, the Bedrock Edition doesn't allow for all items to be held in the offhand, but that doesn't mean every offhand item has a use. Take the Nautilus
Okay,
shell.
morning Here's the little fellow bear.
Mobs have to hold them like so, so it is useless. But
He's
it's
so
at least
sweet and no one hits him.
Hitting a shot with a bow and arrow is easier said than done. However, it looks like it might be
Nice and grass.
several shots without moving. You'll notice that the arrow
practice.
will still right in your crosshair. change to left-handed in the settings, it's
How
the
does
opposite,
feel?
which I guess makes some sense.
When chains were added to Minecraft, they brought
Ah,
about a lot of
geez.
discussion.
Huh?
But one topic that doesn't get talked about enough is their blast resistance. Even though chains are made of less iron, just 2 iron nuggets and an ingot, they have the same blast resistance as a full block of iron, proving once and for all that it's never about the amount of iron, but how you use it.
Now, it's not news to anyone that Bedrock Edition has its fair share of quirks. Even then, this still might be the weirdest installment I've seen. As you can see, if we use this summon command with the tag on tame, then we can get a glitched out red wolf. And while our colors do match well, unfortunately, I couldn't find a way to tame it.
Basically everything in Minecraft has more of a use than the bonus minecarts. And for this reason, Mojang explicitly didn't add it to the Bedrock and 3DS versions of the game. Zed even mentioned removing them outright from the Java edition.
So unless they decide to make these
Oh,
trains actually usable, it's only a short while before this joins the forgotten ranks of Beast Boy and Frog Girl.
The game rule for mob griefing is a powerful tool. And while most of us
He's
associate this
looking,
command with regards to creeper explosions and enderman theft, that's not the only limits. As it is, if you switch this command to false, you'll find that foxes can no longer pick up items, which I guess makes sense, but something tells me that holding a shulker box is nowhere near as much of a problem as a creeper detonation. In Bedrock Edition, it's entirely possible to relight an unlit campfire just by lighting yourself on fire.
He
No joke,
gave me a
like,
lot,
stop
3
dropping
pieces
a
of
golden
wood.
right on top of an unlit pile of ashes, all of a sudden it's lit up like a Christmas tree.
Let's go replace this tree. No big deal.
I guess we handle fire safety a little different around here.
While crafting a stone cutter instead of a crafting table does seem more expensive, when making
looks
stairs using
good,
a stone
okay.
cutter, it requires just 1 block per stair crafting, where a crafting table costs 1.5 blocks per stair. For things like cobblestone, this doesn't seem to make much of a difference, but for harder to obtain blocks such as quartz and prismarine, the savings add up quickly.
The Ender Dragon holds a lot of importance to the Minecraft world, but while most of us spend hours just trying to find and kill the thing, have you ever bothered to learn its name? Because yeah, according to
I don't know
Watch
what he's
Dinnerbone,
doing.
she is actually named Jean, with a question mark at the end and everything. So if you're ready for that first name basis, then by all
yeah.
means.
If you've ever had a physics lesson, you've heard that gravity, in theory, accelerates all objects at the same rate. In Minecraft, however, that's
gee,
verifiably
that's
false.
on him.
To test this, if a player stands on a stack of sand or
Wait,
gravel,
geez.
and then the stack falls
Um,
solid block on a torch,
what does he
then the player
mean,
will fall fast enough to go through the stack and even take enough damage to die. Obviously, Minecraft has plenty of quirks that don't make any sense. But even after the community has pointed these out, new ones rise to the surface. As an example, even though blazes do not have visible feet, the mob can still make footstep sounds, making a weird audio-visual experience. Though it's worth mentioning that this is on the bug tracker, so it might be
Hey,
fixed after all.
he just said
Even
yes
though
in
some
chat.
servers by default use spawn protection to protect against their spawn point. As it turns out, if you're not an admin, there still is a little bit of havoc that you're able to do there. Sure enough, if you use bone meal on the grass in the spawn protected area, it's still going to produce grass and flowers. Every now and then, Minecraft has an inconsistency I can't quite figure out. For instance, did you know that there's a damage discrepancy
But-
between Wither Skull spawned in this way and one spawned in this way? Yeah, apparently Wither Skull projectiles from the summon command only do 5 magic damage on impact, whereas the ones from the boss do 8 on direct hit. And why the difference?
Okay.
I got no clue, but maybe that's just me.
Everybody knows that you're able to colour medium teams with stained glass. More interestingly, however, stacking on top of each other opens up a whole bunch of new colours. This means that there are 12,326,391 unique colours.
Finding the best food source can be
Let's
something
get
like that,
dark.
Bedrock, you should know that players are more using food source than sticks. 6 planks craft
No,
make
it's
8
not
planks
night.
to light
Not
items.
quite
Instead of
yet.
crafting 12 sticks to smelt only 6. And
Because
this will
you
be
click
big
on
help for when you're trying to smelt
my
down the
bed
smelt
until
next
it's
time you're
night.
together.
I might just let it become night. Probably if I keep hitting this bed, I'll eventually go to sleep without all these pop-ups. I fell asleep.
For some reason.
Before stained glass and stained glass paints were added into Minecraft, there was actually a similar block named tinted glass that existed in the April Fool's version 2.0 update. So what started out as a joke actually ended up being Mojang preview and feature. And as a matter of fact, the texture that was used in the April Fool's update was actually used for the block before the stained glass got its own texture. If the texture for Endstone looks familiar,
Shut-
then there's a
You
reason.
fell asleep?
As you can see, the Endstone texture is actually an inversion, translation, and then a recoloration.
No, I don't want to sleep in there.
And you know what? Good on Mojang. They were able to cut corners. I didn't even notice until it was pointed out. There we go, folks. Thank you for watching this long compilation. Have a good one. All right.
This is the definition of the true down emergency. Leaving this alone really, really
Give.
So what happened was he went to a different dentist in town, and each time he came back, there was an issue. He was trying to explain to me how they broke his tooth instead of actually extracting a tooth, and in emergency situations, there was like no way to get a hold of anyone.
They take me one teeth out, and they broke me two more teeth. They had the whole side was split. I couldn't sleep the whole month.
There's no medication given, there's nothing, no painkillers, anything.
Why is it happening?
So check the schedule. It was a full day. But I was
What?
alright, let's find 50 minutes to do what to do. And he comes in.
Let's keep going.
Mr. Saki had some pretty severe gum infections, which caused teeth to become wiggly and those infections to burrow deeper into the bone. So Mr. Saki had a combination of gum infection.
Okay, it went in my inventory.
Some medication so that he would less anxious, a little bit more comfortable.
Like up on my KFC, came here, doctor gave me some medicine, some injection, so I feel the whole level of pain.
And then come back today and needed him what he needed, and subsequently they will get back to where he is now a lot more stable, so that these things are less likely to happen.
You were able to get Mr. Saeed's teeth out, plus we were able to discuss the combination of his diabetes with gum disease. Huge
So,
with diabetes and gum disease and tooth loss, and if that diabetes isn't well controlled, the gum issues aren't resolved, that can lead to tooth loss, further diabetes, further gum infections.
I think you can't get in. I think you got it in. Alright guys, it's been a pretty long video. I hope you enjoyed today's video. See you in the next one, and bye.
Honestly, I like it.